Okay, so yay. Okay, so right off the bat, we found one that's like ultimate poo mode activated. So we'll see how that is, but I guess we'll start off with one just already being like predetermined. Okay, so for those of you who are new here, I will be reading Am I the Asshole posts, and then we can guess based off the title, then we'll read the story, and then we'll see if we were right or wrong. I have a few stories for us picked out. I just go to the Reddit page and then I just open a whole bunch in new tabs. I try not to read the titles so we can all just like react to them together kind of thing. So, am I the asshole for not lying about covering up my pregnancy experience to appease my sister's conservative boyfriend? And it's poo mode activated. Interesting. What a title. What a title. Is this I don't know. Let's see how this goes. Let's see if I agree or not. Kyle, background info. I am a trans man and currently 29. Post-op, full beard, male pattern baldness, the works. Have not been sexist female disregarding medical situations since I was a teen. I had my son when I was 26. Accidental pregnancy and the like, but we couldn't face a termination, so now he's here. Anyway, my husband and I are proud parents. Kiddo will be 3 in a few months. We are currently in the process of trying for a second. My younger sister is 23 and currently dating a guy she met at college. He is conservative, and as such, my sister worked very carefully to make sure he did not know about my transition. A few weeks ago, she finally introduced him to us. He's a pretty nice guy, and it was great with my son. He assumed he was adopted, made a comment about how much he looks like the both of us, asked if we had any photos of his birth parents for comparison. I corrected him, just told him that he's not adopted, we are the bio parents, etc. He was confused but didn't ask for any further explanation from us. He did quiz my sister, who tried to cover it up by telling him that our son doesn't know he's adopted and we're trying to avoid him becoming curious. This is wild. He, the boyfriend, was then pretty upset and decided to confront me about it. Very stereotypical, this is why people don't want the gays adopting type rant. This is... What? Mostly fueled by his own distaste for his adoptive parents. We weren't too upset or anything, but I was annoyed with my sister. That's okay. I was originally going to keep my transition quiet from him, as she'd asked to keep the peace. However, because she decided to paint us as some crazed adoptive gays, I told them the truth, in a relatively crude way, but honestly, a lot of people need it that way to understand. Paraphrasing, but it was something along the lines of, sorry, sister lied. He's not adopted. I used to be a chick. I have a vagina, gave birth. Bitch at her, not us. Ew. He was kind of confused at first and ended up leaving. The relationship is now a lot rockier. I don't know if it's because of her lying or him finding out about my transition or not. She's claiming the latter. My sister is extremely upset with me. I agreed to not tell him and did anyway. I told her that I agreed to not tell him yes, but I didn't agree to let them think our kid is adopted when he isn't, and especially not allow him to think that we're some crazy gays trying to convince our son two cocks can make a baby. What? Parents are siding with her, saying we knew he would react badly and we want to destroy her relationship. Her ex left her when he found out I was trans for some reason. I don't think they're good worth keeping around. I really don't think I overstepped too much, but on the other hand, I fully understand why she's upset. I was talking to my husband about it, and he was like, "This wouldn't be funny on Am I the Asshole?" So here we are. That's crazy. OP has offered the following explanation for why they think they might be the asshole. I outed myself knowing it would upset my sister's boyfriend. I agreed not to, but did it anyway, and it ended up upsetting him, and now their relationship is breaking down. I mean, it doesn't seem like a very solid relationship in the first place, right? If you're like, this is their sibling, like... But, I don't know. Ultimate poo mood? I mean, saying that you wouldn't, but I don't know. I just can't give... I just don't know if, like, hiding behind that, like, you're willing to have some... I don't know. Like... How close are you with your family to want to have, like, the relation? I don't know. It's just... If you knew that they were going to act like that, that's kind of weird to want to... I don't know. I feel like the sister's a little bit of the asshole, too. I mean, if she's just in college, like, that'll be fine. She'll find someone else. It's new. This is your family. And you're lying. Like, I don't like the fact that you were lying about this kid being adopted and stuff. I think that was a good point to stand on. Like, Like, why are you saying their kid's adopted and everything and, like, just being kind of weird about it? But I think it's okay to be yourself, so I don't know. I don't... Poo mode activated? I'm not sure. I'm not really sure. I don't know if you want that person in your family like that, you know? What if you... Like, what if they kept lying and, like, things got serious and stuff or whatever? I don't know. Better for things to happen earlier than never, right? I don't know. I'm kind of standing by, like... I mean, for the way that they phrased it, I mean... It was kind of crude and stuff, and like they all knew how they were going to react, but it's just I don't know. Because I guess boyfriends is adopted, is what he said. Mostly fueled by his own distaste for his adoptive parents. That's a bomb. Like that's a truth bomb over there. I don't know. I guess not really everyone sucks because I feel like one is a little bit worse than the other. Am I the asshole for asking an old woman not to pick our lavenders as she walks past our house? I'm gonna say no. I don't think so. But I mean, it is an old lady, but also, I mean, it's not your line. But I mean, people do. Okay, I'm gonna say no. My initial reaction is no. There's an old woman that walks by our house with her grandchildren. We don't have a fence between our plants and the pedestrian path. The woman picks our lavender and then encourages her grandchildren to pick the lavender too. That's somebody's yard, dude. I don't know. I had enough today and I went out and said in a calm tone of voice, "Sorry, would you mind not pulling our lavender out?" She then said, "Are you serious? It doesn't harm the plant." I replied, "That's all well and good, but well, it's just disrespectful as it's our property." She then said, "Well, I have some advice for you. If you had cut it back last year, it would have grown better. You should have done that and it hasn't grown well at all." And then made a cheeky smirk and walked on. I was sort of flummoxed at the reply and closed the door. I have social anxiety and don't like confrontation. I wish I had said more. Makes me so angry that she feels she has the right to do that. She may be right in that it doesn't harm the plant, but it's just the principle of it. I can't get over her rude reply about how we aren't growing it correctly. Can hardly focus on my work, just pacing around with irritation. Edit. I'll add it took a year and a half of it happening a few times a week to get to the point where I said something. I mean, it doesn't really harm the plant. That's true. It's just, I don't know. I would be uncomfortable if people were like picking at my yard. I don't know. I feel her on the social anxiety part, especially the confrontation part. OPS offered the following explanation for why they think they might be the asshole. I told someone to stop picking a plant when picking it is inconsequential for the growth of the plant, and we don't take complete care of the plant anyway. I feel like an asshole because she was having fun with her grandchildren and showing them nature, and my plants are right beside the footpath with no visible fence. I can understand. I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, it's true if she, like, for not taking care of the plant and, like, not, like, yeah. It is someone's yard, though, is, like, the thing, too, and you never know with people, you know? Like, I guess it would be better, like, I feel like it would be courtesy to ask if you can pick from their yard, too, though. I don't know. Not the asshole. My grandma had a yard full of beautiful plants. She had my granddad specifically choose a corner lot for the extra yard space. Loads of her plants were nearly hundreds of years old, passed down from her mother. Every dang year, she'd get people trying to poach her lilacs or tea roses or irises. She had a pawpaw in the side yard that she had more than happy to share the fruit of. It's good for about 5 minutes before it starts to rot. So when it comes in, you just harvest the whole tree and eat it fast. But she was not happy to go out there to find a picked bear without her permission. She tried signs, she tried talking, it never worked. So finally she gave up and just started hosing people down. She'd blast them with the hose, and when they'd freak out, she'd just spray them again. She said some people are just too thoughtless and rude to reason with, so you treat them like the pests they are. Oh my god. The next year her yard went, oh my gosh, imagine that. When it doesn't harm the plant, but I just feel like it's more polite to ask if it's someone's yard. But I don't know. I mean, sorry, would you mind not pulling out? I mean, that wasn't bad. Like, just for her to just be like, would you mind not doing that? That just, and then she like gets mad and be like, I don't know. Like, OP's obviously irritated enough. and I guess she's gonna have to take proper precautions because she basically got kicked back anyway. So that would make me nervous because, like, that's my house. You know where I live. I mean, if she eventually just wanted to be like, hey, I'm sorry or whatever, but like, I don't know. She already said, I'm sorry. I'm gonna say no, not the asshole. This next one is, am I the asshole for refusing to speak to my 6-month pregnant sister until I get an apology? No. I'm gonna say no. My 35 female pregnant sister and I, 28 female, are not talking. For context, my sister ignored me for most of my life. She was never inherently mean, but she would go out of her way to pretend like I wasn't alive. Ooh, this is resentment. I have no happy memories of her growing up. We have 2 other siblings and she is best friends with one of them. Both my sister and I now have endometriosis. I don't think I said that right. And adenomyosis. I'm so sorry. If you know about these, then you know that it would lead to struggles with infertility. Well, come June 2024, my sister announces she is pregnant. I'm so happy for her and showed it when she announced it to our family. I genuinely am. She struggled for years, so it was a beacon of hope for me. Back in February, when she was 4 weeks, unknown to me, I mentioned that my husband and I were going to TTC starting in the summer to my family at a dinner. She didn't respond and just stared at me. Well, back in June, I told a family friend at the time in passing the same thing. That my husband and I are TTC and it would be perfect if we would have a baby in the spring because we are both teachers, which would mean FMLA then straight into summer. My sister then texted me something that genuinely hurt. You're trying to have a baby only to have one in the spring? Why would you do that? That's so irresponsible. You should actually want one. You have a master's still in progress and you just finished a kitchen. Don't you want things to settle down? Don't you just want to spend money on yourself? You're too young to have a kid right now. For context, I've been married 2 years. My master's ends in December 2024. Hey, thanks to scholarships. We don't have debt. We both work 2 jobs, including full-time teaching, and have plenty saved. My husband and I have always wanted children and have been dating for 8 years total. My sister would know this because my family all has a big mouth and things are mentioned at family functions. I'm hurt. I thought it would be nice to maybe finally connect with my sister I never got along with through pregnancy. I am now pregnant in August and have never felt more alone. My mom wants me to forgive and forget she sent the text because we are family, but it doesn't feel that way. I am the first in my friend group to have a child. I am torn apart when I was supportive and happy for her. I'm scared to announce I'm pregnant and plan to hide it from my family as long as possible due to this text she sent. So all of that being said, am I the asshole for refusing to speak to my 6-month pregnant sister who sent that text? Sorry for the long-winded story and awful grammar. I have been no contact with my sister since she sent that text over a month ago-ish. Not for 6 months. Oh, okay. OP has offered the following explanation for why they think that they might be the asshole. My sister probably was concerned thinking we were broke and struggling with money or life in general. She said, you're trying to have a baby only to have one in the spring? Why would you do that? That's so irresponsible. You should actually want one. You have a master's still in progress and you just finished a kitchen. Don't you want things to settle down? Don't you just want to spend money on yourself? You're too young to have a kid right now. I would be kind of afraid to announce pregnancy after that, but I don't think it warrants, like, not talking to her. Like, I don't know. To be fair, I just don't see how that ends up hurting her as badly as she says she does, so I don't think I fully understand. I feel like this is a lot of projecting. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm getting to. Like, it just... I don't know, because, like, she's just reading into things way too much and taking everything super personally. Yeah, it's just, I didn't, to be fair, like, what I read is that I don't think it was, like, that bad, but maybe it's, I mean, right off the bat, it's just, like, whatever they said, my sister ignored me for most of my life. She was never inherently mean, but, she would go out of her way to pretend like I wasn't alive. That's the part there where I'm like, oh, I don't know, bro, I don't know. It might be, I'm gonna, like, it does seem like it was like a place of concern is where her sister was coming from, and then she ended up like not talking to her. But like, I mean, it could be like, well, you fucked around and found out not minding your business, like, what is your place? But I mean, I don't know, like, OP doesn't feel like it's in sister's place to say that, but I don't know, whenever she was talking about it, her just staring at her is a little but maybe she was waiting to just, like, say it just like how she said unknown to me kind of thing. I don't know. It just feels like they both are being miscommunicated, and I do think, I think I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna go ahead and say yes. But I can see where they're coming from, though. Not the asshole. If I were a betting man, I'd wager your sister's real issue is having your child potentially only a few months after her own is born. She's afraid of you taking attention from her. To add to that, age is certainly a factor for having children, and I bet she's heard people say that she should have a kid in her 20s rather than waiting until her mid 30s and is additionally jealous of you. I can see that too. I can see that too. Because that is what I thought for a little bit whenever she said her sister was staring at her. I don't think it's manipulation. I mean, it might be. It could be. I don't know. That's a big word for elbow. Not really, but it's just like, that's a big word to throw around, manipulation. But then I just didn't see. It just seems like OP is hurt, and I don't know. OP obviously is hurt, and like this is like a very like tough thing. But like, I mean, I just wish, like, they're obviously it's not my place. I don't know these people, but I just wish they would like both be like just happy and celebrate that they were able to get pregnant and stuff, and their kids, like the little cousins, are gonna be like a couple months apart. That's cute, even though it's gonna suck because like y'all both have the babies like at the same time, and like getting help with from family members if you guys are in that position might be a little tougher, but I don't know. I just think they're both being misunderstood. I guess I'm gonna say yes. I don't know. I just sister is probably jealous though, but and she was trying to go to approach her with a place of concern. I don't know. I think it would be nice to say, "Hey, what you said hurt me," and then see how she responds to that, and then maybe she, in return, sister will be like, "Hey, this hurt me too." The comments obviously are saying not the asshole. I'm just having a hard time like thinking that they aren't, but it's just those particular lines that stood out to me where I'm just like, I'm not so sure. It just feels like it was kind of the asshole thing to just like, I don't know. I mean, it could be a lot deeper than that, but from what I'm reading is this, and the few things I did notice, it just but then again, I'm also really bad about noticing whenever people take advantage of you and stuff, so it's like, I don't know, I don't think it I just don't those flags don't go off for me, but I also miss those flags.